everyone, welcome to Fancy Table Talks with Annie Sway. Today my special guest is Kelly Young!
Hi everybody!
Woo!
I am a Korean Guamanian, so people are shocked to hear that I am not from an Asian country because I'm ethnically Korean, but I was born and raised on the island of Guam.
How did we meet?
We met on a Lyft ride.
When I met Kelly, I just felt like she was a very sweet and interesting person. I also noticed that she was coming into the Lyft car with a couple of crutches. And that is because Kelly has CP, which is Cerebral Palsy.
CP is pretty much a neurological condition where the part of your brain receives damage. I have CP, but that doesn't mean the things that I feel in here and in here necessarily change either. I do things in life and it requires problem solving and being quick on your feet. I was diagnosed with it at the age of 1. Simply, it just impacts my physical movement, and so I have difficulty walking. So in short distances, I use my crutches, and for longer distances, I drive a battery-powered scooter. I also do have the ability to walk just in closer proximities, like in the house. It's cool. It's who I am. I like it. I embrace it. And I think it's a unique quality that I have to offer to the world.
What was it like as a kid with CP being differently abled?
It was really hard to manage that because I think as children, we're told that everybody needs to like us. You know, you want to do what your friends do. And so when you're unable to accomplish that, at least for me as a kid, I got really frustrated because I felt singled out, I felt left out, I felt like, people didn't like me or want to include me in activities at recess or whatnot. Disabilities are something that's not really talked about, especially in the Asian culture. To be vulnerable, to talk about a hard circumstance with someone they love who is like their child. And my mom would just reiterate things like, oh, you're my special baby girl, but I didn't really understand what that meant. I didn't know if it was a positive comment or a negative comment.
We were talking about how your narrative changed, how you viewed yourself changed as time went on. What really shifted that?
My turning point was in college. I got discriminated at my university. It was me requesting my dormitory door to have the automatic button pusher thing that swings open the doors. Long story short, the request got denied and I was furious. It's like, are you kidding me? So you're telling me only people who can walk on 2 feet are able to use this dormitory? With the help of the international students director at the time, he advocated for me. From that point on, my mind was open to the power of the voice. And I remember him asking me to share my story in front of 1,000+ people. It was at this chapel event and it blew up. Afterwards, I had so many people walk up to me in tears, thanking me for sharing my story so courageously and vulnerably. And I think from that point on, I recognized that I have power. I can change not only just my perspective, but I can positively impact a community of people. So it took me 4 years to make my school more accessible. Wow. Once I understood who I was, gifts and talents and strengths that I have, I just kind of ran with it. Being an inspirational speaker, it's been a big dream of mine that I'm still pursuing. Instead of just seeing cerebral palsy as something that's negative, unfortunate, it's who I am. It brings out my uniqueness, and I want to share it to the world so that we can be amazing, knowledgeable, and more well-rounded citizens of the world. This is me, and this furry fella is my service dog in training, Andy.